Hello everybody and welcome to your next 5-minute lesson. Today we're going to be talking about a pretty cool organ, and that is going to be the spinal cord. So we're going to go over some of the basic anatomy and physiology of just some of the different parts of the spinal cord. It goes very well with what we've been talking about with the brain. It's your other major organ of the central nervous system. Alright, so here is a overall picture of our spinal cord. So if this was someone that just came along and went and kind of cut it like that, you're looking at it. The first thing I want to talk about is something that actually goes along with the brain, and that is the meninge coverings. So meninges are connective tissue layers that are going to surround your brain and spinal cord to help protect it. The first, the innermost, the deepest layer is that pia mater right here, and that's actually touching the brain and the spinal cord. And then your middle layer is called the arachnoid layer, and it sounds like a spider, right? And they named it that because that layer kind of looks like a cobweb or a spider web. And then this outermost layer is actually a double layer called the dura mater. Dura is very, very strong. It has a leathery feel to it, and it really is just offering a lot of protection surrounding that brain and spinal cord. So that's one of the major ways that our central nervous system is protected, is these three meninge layers. So next, we're going to talk about reflexes, and particularly spinal reflexes. And then in doing so, we're going to be talking about some of those major structures. So a spinal reflex is a reflex that literally goes to the spinal cord and back. A lot of these have to do with, let's say you're walking around and maybe you have a little brother or sister and they have Legos all on the ground and you accidentally step on that Lego. Doesn't feel too great, does it? But what do you immediately do? You step off of it. Same thing if you're doing your hair and you have that super hot straightener or curling iron and you accidentally touch it the wrong way, you kind of immediately let go of it. Those are actually spinal reflexes, meaning the information goes to your spinal cord and back without even having to go up to your brain, which is just, I think, one of the coolest things ever. So first we're going to talk about some of the major things here. I want to point out this structure, which is the central canal. That's where your cerebrospinal fluid is flowing through, and the cerebrospinal fluid kind of makes a watery cushion around your brain and spinal cord for protection, and it also has some ions and nutrients in it. So now let's go back to our example of stepping on that Lego or accidentally touching that hot curling iron. So you're just hanging out, doing your hair, and you accidentally touch your straightener. Oh my gosh, that hurts so bad. That information is going to be sent through one of these spinal nerves. Spinal nerves are the nerves that are extending out to all of your limbs and body. It's going to then enter the dorsal root. So as you can see, we have a dorsal and a ventral root. Dorsal is always going to be in the back, ventral is going to be in the front. Now your dorsal root is always going to be sensory information. So touch, pain, temperature, things like that. So when you accidentally touch that really hot curling iron, or you accidentally step on that Lego and it hurts really bad or it's really hot, a signal is going to be sent through all the nerves in your hands and your feet and your leg, enter a spinal nerve, go through this dorsal root ganglion where it's going to enter the white and the gray matter. The gray matter has two horns right here. The back, once again, is going to be dorsal, and the front is going to be ventral. And this gray matter is going to help you have a response. That's what it's going to do. So right here, you're like, okay, this is really hot. Ouch, this is on fire, or this is very, very painful. It's going to say, we don't want to do that. So this is where you're going to find your interneurons. Interneurons are going to connect your motor and sensory neurons together. So we just sent this sensory information to this dorsal root in the back here. This interneuron is going to say, oh my gosh, we need to let go of this. This is hot, or we need to step off of this Lego. It's then going to go into the ventral root, where a signal is going to be sent out of this ventral root right here into this spinal nerve, and it's going to go to your muscle. I'll put M for motor and muscle. So you can either drop your straightener or curling iron or step off of that Lego. So you can kind of see where we went here. We first had our sensory input, which is, ow, this hurts, or this is really hot, travel through the spinal nerve into this dorsal root, go through our gray matter where an interneuron connected that sensory and motor information together. Then we sent our motor response out of the ventral root into the spinal nerve to go to our skeletal muscle so we can have a response. Because you don't really want to be holding on to that hot straightener or curling iron, and you probably don't want to be stepping on that Lego for too long. So that's how the spinal reflexes actually work. But what if we need to send some information to the brain? We use the white matter. So remember, white matter is myelinated, meaning it's super fast in taking signals up and down the spinal cord to the brain. So our dorsal section back here is going to be all sensory impulses going up. So it's going to go up towards the brain. This lateral and ventral section is really interesting because it can actually take information up and down and side to side, which I just think is super cool. So that's the white matter. So just to review once again, we've talked about spinal nerves right here, which are going to go out to your limbs. We've talked about the dorsal root being in the back, the ventral root being in the front. So that's dorsal, this is ventral. Dorsal root is going to be all sensory information coming into the spinal cord. Ventral is all sensory information being taken out of the spinal cord to go to muscles and glands. And then we talked about how the different sections of the white matter can actually bring information up and down the spinal cord to and from the brain, and even other sections of the spinal cord. So I hope that is helpful. Please answer the questions below and submit as a PDF when complete.